welcome to e-Niro Diaries. We've had a really hot week here this week, so thought charge the car up to 90%. Range showing on the GOM 494 kilometres. So we're off to the beach and it's pouring with rain. So after 140 kilometres, here we are on this beach. All that rain, it's all gone. Horrible day, horrible place. What are we doing here? I don't know. Anyway, going to go and swim. It's just a question of, do we go naturist or do we swim with textiles on our bodies? What do you reckon?
I reckon it's less crowded that way.
It's less crowded that way, and we'll be switching the camera off. We don't want to scare anybody. So, a wonderful session on the beach, swimming in the sea. You can guess what beach we went on because, well, you can. And there weren't that many people about, really. It's pretty quiet. So we started at 90% of charge. We've done 143 kilometres and we're down to 65% remaining, showing 344 on the gasometer. And our energy usage has been 12.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. So started all rainy, but as the forecast said, it just cleared up and we've had a wonderful time on the beach. Probably the last beach session we'll have this summer. We're finding more and more beaches within about a 2-hour drive of where we live, and in fact we've seen a few more today that we made note of for the future. So keep going, e-Niro, and take us there maybe next year. So back home again after a fantastic afternoon on the beach. Another one that we just learned about. Not telling you where it is because it's a naturist beach, and obviously if you're British you wouldn't be interested in that kind of thing. Wonderful swimming and just great to be out in the sun. So yeah, we left with the car at 90% charge, showing 454 kilometres of range. We did 280 kilometres round trip, and we're showing about 180 left at the end, and we averaged 13.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. So once again, a real world fully charged range of comfortably 500 kilometres or 300 miles in the summer. What a great day. See ya. So that was a 390 kilometre round trip. Started yesterday afternoon down to Bordeaux, stayed overnight, up at the crack of dawn this morning. In fact, it was still dark when I was on the Bordeaux ring road at 6:30. Yeah, I mean, going down there, it was hot, the air conditioning was on, and Mrs. e-Niro did most of the driving. And we got 13.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. Coming back, it was me driving, no air conditioning on, but I hammered it a little bit harder and ended up with 14.8, I think. So yeah, 90 kilometres left at the end of that. So what's that, 50 miles? And we did 240 miles, so 290 mile real world range on a motorway all the way, just motorway all the way down there. Fantastic smooth roads and absolutely wonderful seeing the sun come up over the over the vineyards around the Cognac area, which is just southwest of Angoulême. Anyway, I got to do that again on Thursday because Mrs. e-Niro is in Switzerland for 3 days, and I've got to go to pick her up from Bordeaux Airport on Thursday night. So it'll be charging back up to 100% again, but this time just a turnaround, no overnight stay. So here we are 3 days later, well 3 and a bit, and it's 6:30 in the evening and I'm just about to head off to Bordeaux Airport again. So this is going to be a very busy 8 days. Trip to the beach, following day a trip to Niort, Sunday down to Bordeaux, drop Mrs. e-Niro off for a flight, and she comes back this evening, so it's another one. So it's going to be about 1,100 kilometres. We'll tot it all up at the end, but I'm just about to set off to get onto the N10, so it's going to be 2 hours on the motorway basically, charged up to 100%, showing 530 kilometres of range. Not the most I've ever seen on there, but then again we've done more motorway drive in the last few weeks, so I guess the trip computer is adjusting accordingly. Anyway, see how we go. So here we are at Bordeaux Airport, 183 kilometres, beautiful warm evening. Average 14.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres, and it took exactly 2 hours. Now, last time I was here, just almost 2 years ago, they had 26 electric car plug-in places. Most of them are actually being used. There's a couple of BMWs just there that are plug-in hybrids, but I'm right next to Ioniq 5. Magnificent looking beast. Only time I've seen one outside of the dealers, but it's plugged in next to me, so let's go and have a look. That's a big car. So yeah, parked next to the Ioniq 5, and yeah, it's a long car. Anyway, what am I getting? Well, I'm only getting 3.3 kilowatt, so it's not much better than being at home. Normally here you get about 7, but anyway. Time to go and pick up Mrs. e-Niro. Her flight should be getting in about 5 minutes, so the timing should be good. I'd no time to wait at all for Mrs. e-Niro. She was just coming off the plane as I walked into the departures, and she was desperate for a sandwich. So this is a special sandwich made in advance. Look at that. Okay. Packed lunch. Oh, and it's all gone dark. Anyway, was only plugged in for 10 minutes, so didn't really get much power. Anyway, going to head straight back home again. Another 2 hours on the road. So a bit of a problem. We were coming out of Bordeaux and on the A10, where it branches off to go north the normal way we go home, and they closed all of that. They had cones up everywhere, so we couldn't get back on the dual carriageway to go home. So we had no choice but to go on the péage. It's going to be a much longer journey as a result. So we are now on the A10, and I thought I'd better just make absolutely sure of being able to get home. We were down to 38% with 170 kilometre range left, and we probably would have got home okay. We had about another 95 kilometres to do, but I thought it's a route I don't know, and we don't know what else could go wrong, so just going to stop off here. Some brand spanking new Ionity chargers. We know it's expensive, but I'm just going to stay here for 10 minutes. We've done 2 minutes and it's putting it in at 54 kilowatts. Seems a bit low actually, considering these things are supposed to go much higher, but I guess, well, it's a lovely warm evening. It's 20 degrees. Why are we only getting 54? I don't know. Anyway, this should make sure of us getting home. So that was strange. All of a sudden, having spent like 4 minutes at 54 kilowatts. It's now suddenly leapt up and it's charging at 74, that's the highest we've ever seen it, isn't it? Yeah. So we won't be here very long. So although UK isn't in the EU anymore, this is all written in English. Co-financed by the Connecting Europe facility of the European Union. How's that? And we're going to stop now because we've been on 10 minutes. We've got 11 kilowatt hours. It's really fast. Just going to stop it. Before we depart here, just wanted to mention that the first one we parked up against, it didn't give us any power, and it said there was a problem with the communications. And I guess the key is it's gone all kind of red at the top, whereas the other ones are white. It kept saying to take the connector out the car when it wasn't even in there, so I'm just going to take a picture of this in case I get charged for not getting any power. So 2 minutes past midnight and we're back home. We did 396 kilometres. Didn't expect that detour, but it was kind of interesting. I needed a stop anyway because didn't really stop long at the airport. Mrs. e-Niro was arrived out of the airplane just as I arrived in the car park, so we didn't even get much power on board while we were there. We only got about 15 minutes. So anyway, that's the end of 8 days of a lot of driving around. Going to put all that together and do some stats on that. Take care now.